Yeah, I mean, it's always our goal to dominate the glass, especially when we play a team like that doesn't really have the size or strength to keep us off the glass. So it's just kind of like it's always our goal to try to do what we did today. But we obviously it's tougher to do that against different opponents. But yeah, we dominated the glass. So that was always our goal is always to have less turnovers and more rebounds than the other team, and we have more rebounds today. Like with the head.
They suggested the headband, because I switched up the hairstyle. I had the fro rocking for a little bit, and then I came twisties. It's just a little nappy right now, sorry, but just ever since I kind of changed my hairstyle, Coach Painter's never let anyone wear a headband. He said the rule for that was to get 20 rebounds in a game, and obviously that's something I did against Michigan when I had 36 and 20. So just using it to my advantage, man, and thank God everybody's rocking with it. So. Man, I actually was just talking to the guys in the locker room, and you can kind of tell and you can kind of see it that everybody needs a break, or everybody deserves a break to be with family. Obviously everybody will do their own individual stuff when they're at home, whether it's workouts, just going to shoot. So that part of it doesn't stop. But as far as games, I think everybody needs a break. We've been on the road, traveling and just going from place to place. There's been a lot going on, school, man. So I think this break is going to be very useful. But like Jaden said, when we get back, man. When we get back, man, it's all business, and guys know what to expect, and we'll be walking into Big Ten play. So we got to come with it.
Yeah, well, it's cool. It's really hard. Getting ready for your conference season when you have to play guarantee games. You're going on the road. You're playing high major schools. You're really up against it, but you're trying to improve. You're trying to get better. You're trying to beat the team, period. And now to work towards that and keep your guys confident. They were a little bit shorthanded tonight. I think they had 8-9 guys in the book. So I thought they played hard. I thought they did a good job. They shot the ball well. And but no, he was, Carson's a really good guy. Carson was a good player here, won a lot of games. And anytime you can have somebody that played basketball at Purdue come back here and play, it's a special moment. Right. I don't think it's smart to take 4 days and just absolutely do nothing, but you also don't want them to, be playing pickup on the outdoor courts either. So I think, getting somewhere and shoot, just depends on who you are. I think each guy normally has a pretty good routine, and when you're someone who works on your game all the time, taking 4 days off, but it's good to kind of decompress and get away from it, kind of recalibrate a little bit, but it's also keeping that focus and understanding that it gets really hard, like when you have as many guys as we have and you're as deep as us. I think it's good, but it's also hard because guys, you don't have everybody in your rotation that gets consistent minutes. And when that happens, you just don't have the same feel as when you do have consistent minutes. But we'll come back on we'll go 26th, 27th, 28th, and then play on the 29th. So we'll have 3 good practices before we play again.
I know Incarnate Word made some shots tonight and all that, but have you seen any kind of difference in your team's concentration or whatever from a defensive perspective here the last 2 games, especially Jaden?
Yeah. I thought we had our concentration was good against Butler in terms of what they were running. We didn't have as much time to kind of drill down on what these guys were doing with just a 1-day prep going Saturday, Monday. But I think our guards have done a good job. Jaden's, made more plays from a defensive standpoint, but his is more of being solid. He's done a better job of being solid. He tries to hit a lot of home runs defensively. And you got to pick your spot. There's got to be blood in the water, and then get aggressive. When there's not blood in the water against good players, and you get over aggressive, they're going to get you on a back door. They're just going to get you being overzealous on plays. But he's done a much better job with that in time. But I think everybody has. I think our concentration has been better. I don't think we've arrived by any stretch of the imagination, but we're making some improvements there, and that's good. Sometimes how other people play can help you too. It just can. And sometimes other people schematically do things differently. It becomes a little bit harder. And it just depends, like with our team, if you stretch us out a little bit and we're bigger, it gets a little harder for us, as you've watched. Now I can flip it and go smaller, then now we've kind of cured that, but is that the best for us? Some days I believe it is, and some days I believe it isn't. But that's what's cool about having a lot of options. Right. Well, the blueprint of what we do is from Coach Edey. And so I worked for him, and I worked for Bruce Weber at Southern Illinois. And so from a scheduling standpoint, from a recruiting standpoint, those are the two most important things. And, your product is your players, and then you got to know from a scheduling standpoint what you're doing, and who you're playing compared to, like, really, your personnel. And kind of work towards that. But having a good program, means really kind of your teams play well together. You have a great academic structure, so it helps guys not just get a degree, but get an education and help them in using your scholarship and this opportunity to not just have a great basketball career, but use this as an opportunity to have a great life and use contacts. Just don't leave here with a piece of paper. And I think that's what Coach Edey really instilled in us. But it all kind of starts with the adversity of what goes on. People think it's easy. It's not easy. I got guys on our team that started before that aren't starting now, and that's hard. Now we got, like I said, we got 10 starters, but I think we got good teammates. I think we got guys that pull for each other, and we got to make sacrifices for the betterment of the team. And it really just starts, with Coach Edey and his blueprint of doing the right things, going to class, being on time. And so when I got to college, he said he had 3 rules, be on time, try your best, and act right. And if you kind of think about how life is and how these opportunities, if you just kind of follow that. Now, when I was 19, I thought that was stupid. You realize it's not stupid. It's actually very simple and it's very smart. Because the team that normally gets beat, they normally beat themselves. And when individuals struggle or they have problems off the court, they normally do themselves in. But if you can stay with a good group of guys and recruit them, and you can help each other, and now when you face some adversity, you can really grow. And that's, any team can have a good season. But if you can consistently do it and do it the right way and get your degree, that's what a good program's all about. So it's nice that he says that about me, but it's all comes from Coach Edey and what he did here for 25 years.